Jackson Storytime. Yeah, we back again. Real stories, real vibes. Tell a friend. Reaction, history, life lessons every night. Sit back, tune in, yeah, the vibe feel right. MrJackson Storytime. So for Randy, get a vibe feel right. MrJackson Storytime. He'll be back again. Real story.
What's up, YouTube? Right now, you're hanging with Mr. Jackson Storytime, y'all. I know it's been a minute, y'all. We're gonna go back to what we originally was doing, y'all. Black history, y'all. Black history that they try to you could say whitewash, y'all. Y'all gonna see in the background, man. I'm gonna let y'all see the whole video, man. And at the end, man, y'all could comment down below what y'all feel about this content, y'all. It's a reaction channel, mostly reaction channel. I tried to do a little story here and there, y'all, but it's mostly reaction channel. And right now we reacting to like history, and it got a little religion in there too. But y'all let me know in the comment how y'all feel about this, y'all content, man. And enough of that, we're gonna get into it, y'all. So I'm gonna let the whole video play out, y'all. I might not say that at the end, y'all. I'm just gonna be sitting here listening with y'all. But let's get into it, y'all. It's a lot of history was rewritten, y'all. So enough of that, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get it.
In 1916, the highest performing public high school in America wasn't white. It was black, and the government dismantled it because they couldn't control its excellence. According to historical data analyzed by Thomas Sowell, students at Dunbar High in Washington, D.C. consistently outscored white schools on standardized tests for over 50 years. This wasn't a fluke. It was a factory for black genius. Their teachers weren't just staff. They were scholars with PhDs from Harvard and Amherst who were barred from white universities and brought their Ivy League standards to black children. Dunbar produced more black PhDs and military officers than any school in the country. But when segregation ended in 1954, the system didn't give Dunbar more resources. They stripped it. Brilliant black faculty were reassigned, and the citywide academic standards were replaced with neighborhood leftovers. People say Dunbar declined, but the archives show it was dismantled. Why erase the proof that we excelled under the most impossible conditions? Comment, "First time" if you never heard the real story of Dunbar. Share this to stop the erasure of our excellence. Subscribe to Black History Unfiltered. The truth can't be buried.
White people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. We learn from this history that white people were built upon the idea that British had of themselves as white, as Christian, as freeborn, as deserving of rights and privileges from which others can be denied. To this day, white people have not been defined as a matter of law to this day. This history teaches us that white is the tool by which laborers were divided. Now, experience ourselves as more connected with Paris Hilton, those who shared the same living conditions, the same opportunities, than with our African-American neighbor. The first Congress of the United States determined 1790 that in order to become a naturalized citizen of this new republic called the United States of America, one had to be white. This was valid law in the United States until 1952.
What happened to Captain America? He got old on that bench, remember? Who did he give his shield to? Black man. They're telling you, they got to give America back. When they gave the shield back to the black man, look at the star, full-fledged Baphomet. He said, yo, here you go, I'm giving it back. He said, I don't know what to do with it, that old corny-ass, falcon-ass nigga. I don't know what to do with it. He said, oh, you'll know just what to do with it. Watch it again. And then even Thor, who represented the God force, who represented the mythological aspect of the Avengers, who did he make the queen of Asgard on Earth? The black girl. who was played the Valkyrie. Here you go, you the queen. They giving up the guard, nigga. I'm telling you, we just too fucking dependent on the motherfuckers to know they gave it up. That's what they did. All right, we turning it off. We ran out of tricks. Their magic is over. The covers have been pulled back. And this is because your time, your light is here. They showed it also in Infinity Wars when Doctor Strange had to figure out what was the best thing and most logical thing for him to do. And he was able to peruse all the different parallel universes to come up with the best scenario for his outcome. This is an attribute of the fifth dimension. In Men in Black 3, this is one of the attributes that the alien who they describe as being from the fifth dimension had. The ability to sit down in any parallel universe that was created to observe it. That's a fifth dimensional attribute, and most conscious people are going there next because all the parallel lives that they created that's in the form of data in the quantum world, they're now able to view those lives. You know, their lives will pass before them, and they're able to view them and pick the best possible scenario. And out of all their lives, pick the best possible scenario. This is how you perfect your mind, because none of this shit happened. All the shit was just a dream, and all the parallels of the universe are how you study. On the fifth dimension, I can view those choices, just like they said in the movie Inception, when they was building in the dreams, and when she's in the dream, it's like, who all of these subconscious, who all these people around? Said, you filled this world up with your subconscious mind. We do that all the time, and we create and live in scenarios and make scenarios for ourselves to entertain ourselves. And then when we need more, we can go through something like this. When we want to recruit others to come, we go back. And this is because your time, your light is here. We just don't know it because we're doing it. And their last ditch effort was to lock you in that Black Lives Matter shit. But the reality is, this is ours again. And really, we only up now to drive the fuck out of here, not really just to hang around and play around. This is that waking up period. The ancestors, all of that. And for me, I started to feel what was coming next for niggas. And I started to feel it because I'm not inhibited by holding on to some hope shit. More people would feel it just as much as I would. I'm not that special if they would just let go of the hope. Because at the end of the day, no matter how spiritual niggas are, they still want to hang around and see white people get beat up. And I'm like, nigga, I don't even care about that shit. This has all been about us. So once you start getting rid of shit like that, your cup becomes empty. And if your cup is empty, you know what I'm saying? What I'm telling you now is being filled up with that light. But if you have a full cup thinking you this fucking lecturer, speaker, I know what I know, motherfucker, is going to go right over your head, and you're going to miss the early. You're going to have to get it when everybody else get it, nigga, later. Right now it's happening.
Look how they walking around them, auctioning them off. statues. They were stone, and it's gonna open.
Bro, the Civil War was a lie. They was fighting us the whole time, bro, because we was ruling, and they came and took our ideas and got us out of our throne. Watch this video.
Why everything you've ever been told or seen about the Civil War is fake. This is the truth. All the photos we have ever seen about the Civil War have been staged despite them having battlefield photographers with them. And one of these bloodiest battles that they staged in American history supposedly was brother against brother, right? And this is a very staged medical shot here of a soldier supposedly being rescued and soldiers that are dead on the battlefield. And if you look at the photograph, you see everyone is clean. The real truth is the first black president was written out of history, and the first black members of Congress, and the fact that the government was created by the so-called black man and woman, and we wrote the Constitution and the Articles of Confederation, the We the People Constitutes, and James Madison and all these great black leaders have been written out of history or whitewashed. And this is what the Civil War was actually about. And this is why they staged the truth and rewrote history and taught you a fictitious version. But that's what the Civil War was about, overthrowing the original bloodlines linked to the empire of the children of the sun.
Look at the mounds.
And Maruka Tamari taking their knowledge, their wisdom, and they manufactured this entire fake history.
The 12 Egyptian gods. This concept was stolen by the 12 zodiac signs and also the 12 disciples. Walk with me, gods. If your birthday is from March 1st to March 10th, November 27th to December 18th, you are Osiris. Mine is March 10th. Your related signs is Isis and Thoth. Isis is Osiris's wife. Your beneficial colors are green for women and yellow for men. Yes, every gender resides within these gods. You are strong and vulnerable at the same time. You are independent too and go after your goals with passion. You are the god of the underworld, the afterlife, rebirth, fertility, and you're known for being green or black skin, symbolizing regeneration and fertile soil. You used to judge the dead. Fertility god. As a vegetation deity, he represents the agricultural cycle of death and rebirth. Sounds like that Jesus guy. You judged the dead, Osiris. You presided over the weighing of the heart in the afterlife to decide if a soul is worthy of paradise. You are a master of the physical realm and the spirit realm and the afterlife. He has a hook and a flail. Cold weather and ice is a technology, a part of time. Freezing in time or frozen in time. The brother and husband of Isis was murdered by his brother Set, then resurrected by Isis, allowing him to become the king of the dead. He was resurrected like the Jesus character, and then look at the hook that he has in the flail. This is all stolen knowledge. You symbolize resurrection and the renewal of life, heavily tied to the flooding of the Nile.
You're gonna learn some things about the black man very soon. And by the way, those of you who are getting real nervous, those of you who are getting scared about the potential of an invasion of little green men from Mars on UFOs, I can tell you right now There are no little green men coming. But the pilots of those vehicles that you call unidentified flying objects, they look like me. They look like me. And they are not from some alien place. They're from right here with a superior technology that you could only dream about. That you could only dream about. And the powers that be, your rulers, your leaders, they know who are the pilots. That's why UFOs are classified above top secret. You cannot learn about them. And they keep feeding you ideas of ETs with long arms. Ooh. To get you all spooky, thinking about some aliens that are like blobs of jelly. And you're expecting some creepy little thing to come one day. Black men pilot those vehicles. And we dare the powers that be to challenge us on this. Because we have the proof. And we have the technology. And that's why today you've got to understand that it's a new day. And while America and Britain are trying to conduct business as usual, it's not going to be business as usual.
Just my thoughts.
Did you know that Memorial Day was created by formerly enslaved Black Americans? You see, after the Civil War, former slaves started a tradition to celebrate freedom and to show respect and gratitude for those who died for that cause. In 1865, in Charleston, South Carolina, foundational Black American residents organized a large event where they reburied their soldiers properly, placed flowers on their graves, and held a large parade. They called this event Decoration Day, and it was our tradition that later became Memorial Day. We made sure that those soldiers would not be forgotten. So the next time you see and hear fireworks going off and you see people grilling food, let's keep in mind and remember our United States service members who fought for our justice and liberation. If you like learning about foundational Black American legacy, you may never see me again if you don't follow. Peace.
Remember, the CIA poisoned Malcolm in Mecca. They poisoned Malcolm in Mecca. They also tried to execute him in Mecca. He escaped assassination in the Middle East. In Egypt, I think it was. Malcolm barely escaped assassination in Egypt. And Maya Angelou, rest in peace to Queen Mother Maya Angelou, you do know she tried to convince Malcolm not to come back to America, Art.
Oh, wow, I ain't know that.
Remember, Maya Angelou was living in Ghana. Maya Angelou was living in Ghana, and she pleaded with Malcolm, El Hajj Malik El. She said, Malcolm, stay here. You're friends with Kwame and Nkrumah. She said, send for Betty and the girls and just stay here for a few years. And just like Frederick Douglass, 100 years before Malcolm, Frederick Douglass said the same thing in England. When Frederick Douglass went to England, Art, the abolitionist said, don't go back. You are a fugitive slave. And they did raise the money for him to buy his freedom, but Frederick Douglass says, I got to go back because I'm a leader of my people. Malcolm said the same thing. I got to go back. I'm a leader of my people. I can't let them intimidate me away from my mission.
The face of Native America is a lie. In 1906, J.P. Morgan funded photographer Edward S. Curtis not to preserve truth, but to stage it. Curtis erased the indigenous identity, dressed strangers, Siberians, in wigs, costumes, and feathers, and sold the world a myth. The vanishing Indian wasn't vanishing. He was being reclassified, renamed, and removed from memory. This wasn't documentation, it was fabrication. Paper genocide exposes the forgery behind America's greatest illusions. Who defines your identity and who profits from your erasure? Get Paper Genocide today and find out more.
The Titanic wasn't an accident. It was a targeted hit on the indigenous Moorish nobility. Don't believe me? Go look up Joseph Philippe Lalessier Laroche, a black engineer from the LeConte political dynasty, traveling first class during the Titanic era. The original Jacob Astor, Isidor Straus, and Guggenheim were originally all Moors. But of course, they only show you the pale version. They bleached the history to hide the Moorish tenure of the land. But the bloodline is the Grail. Why'd they do it? Because these titans were against the establishment of the League of Nations and the plan of experts designed to seize world treasuries. Look up Paul Cuff, ship owner and global merchant, before the U.S. even knew what it was. Look up Madam C.J. Walker and Aurelia Walker, controlling millions, property, factories, and social power. Look up Robert Reed Church Sr., black millionaire of the South.
You think we were just slaves off boats? Houseway, I'm showing you the receipts they hid. Black aristocrats in the Titanic era. Families with land, gold, ships, and banks. We weren't begging, we were building empires. That's why the Titanic wasn't just a tragedy, it was a targeted hit. Connect the dots. The truth ain't lost, it's been buried, and I'm here to dig it up.
They love to say Joseph LaRoche was the only black man on the Titanic, but that's only because they already whitewashed the rest. The original Astors, Guggenheims, Strausses, and LeConte bloodlines were Moors long before their portraits were corrected and their history rewritten. Once America and Europe adopted the bleaching of nobility, any elite family was painted over, literally and legally. So when the Titanic sank, they could safely call LaRoche the only one, because they hid the truth of the others. The whole narrative depends on Moors being erased from high society, because if the world learns black families sat at the top of global finance, diplomacy, and science, the slave story collapses overnight. LaRoche wasn't the only one. He was just the only one they couldn't erase.
Alright, way beyond the classroom civilization. You wanna hear the history, you gotta have patience. They wanna erase it and try to replace it. People on different planets put your features on their faces. Hey, take it back to the dawn of man. We was doing more to write, no caves and harvesting. Look at the prefix, we was here before amoebas. Everything you see is just a remix. I'ma write my thesis. Original Wi-Fi, communicate with animals. Fully activated, Pino in the third eye. 100% brain power, lived for thousands of years. It was pure air up in the sky. We've been here millions of years. We've been here millions of years. We've been here trillions. We've been here millions of years. 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 We've been here millions of years.
All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. And I see you when I see you. Peace. I'm out.
MrJackson StoryTime, yeah, we back again. Real stories, real vibes, tell a friend, reaction. History, life lessons every night. Sit back, tune in, yeah, the vibe feel right. Rip, hop, drum, percets, story effects. Confident video, beat it, drinking. Rap with storytelling, yeah, the vibe feel right. MrJackson Story.